personality. Let me tell you, Majid bhai, these are the deeds which are remembered forever. And the things what she has done and she delivered. A woman of the words. Normally people say a man of the words, but she's a woman of the words. And I believe in this 21st century, we the women are more focused. Is that right or not?
No. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Let me tell you, trust me.
Everybody knows me.
If you go to the university, there are more female students as compared to men.
Yeah.
Even the subject, and I was thinking, I was told that she will come tomorrow. I said, tomorrow my program is a great program. I do not want to. My tomorrow's guest. I take the pride even by just talking about her. Dr. Faiza Khan Khattak will be here, and Faiza Khan Khattak applied MLS Sciences में specialize करती है, natural language processing, and she is doing such a phenomenal job, and she's a woman. And if you look at the universities and look at the more women as compared to men, because boys they only can love affair or फिर एक शादी और फिर दूसरी शादी, and that's how it all can do. We women are more focused. Carolyn Parrish, I thank you very much for coming to the studio. Welcome to 770.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you. And I thank my dear brother Harun Khan. Harun bhai, thank you very much.
You don't have to say thank you, please.
Now, before
you don't need to.
Before I go back to my respected guest, Mohtarma Carolyn Parrish, I would come to you. I know Hazel McCallion, when she was here, every year, once or twice a year, she was very close to you. She was very close to
my
you.
adopted grandmother.
That was
the title she had.
Exactly. And let me tell you one thing. She changed the fate of Mississauga. Now, and I believe when you look at Carolyn, and I know you're very choosy, you're very picky to pick people. I believe before Carolyn, you were supporting somebody, and I straight away say no. I won't name that, and I said no. Not for the mayor, but it was some other position. But once he spoke about Carolyn, I said, it's my pride to take care of her and to cover her. Is that right or not?
I did some homework myself before started supporting her, because I know her for a very, very long time. Since she was a parliament member, she was at my home many times prior to this time. But then I looked at 20 people, some of them called me, they said they want to put the sign on, and I made some people upset because I said, sorry, I'm not going to let the sign. So I thought in today's time, she is our best choice.
Exactly. And Harun bhai, the best thing is once you go for a vote, look at the credibility of a person. Look at what the person has delivered. Look at what kind of person we are voting for. And I request everybody, you must go out. You must go out for vote. I was talking, and I believe she will be there on Saturday, and it's a group of doctors, and they asked me, I said, the best choice is Carolyn Parrish at the moment. Now, Harun bhai,
17 elections, not easy. She gone through 17 elections, which is a lot.
And she was a winner when she was in the parliament.
And the best part is that in such a young age, she's 71.
Now we will.
We won't talk about my age.
That
we don't
is
even want to
experience.
know. We don't want to know.
That is experience, and I know you have worked at different levels. You worked at the government level, at the parliament level, and you know things inside out, and we expect the best. What would you say about how many times you were in the election for the federal government?
I think 4 elections, 5 elections, they all blend together.
Mashallah, and you won every time.
Yes, I had a wonderful leader. Mr. Kretchen was a good man.
Was a great man, and look at that. Bade Kretchian Sahab ke zamane se she is there. She was very young, and then it's only for the support of humanity, jiski padash mein hua. But and I wish and I want everybody come out and vote. It's only your presence and your vote can make a difference. It's only your presence and your vote can change things again. जो इसका फसाद चेंज हुआ था मिसिसागा का, जो लैंडस्केप को हम देखते हैं, द क्रेडिट गोज टू Hazel McCallion. Madam McCallion. Now, and I believe once you will be the mayor of Mississauga, what is your vision for Mississauga?
Well, I would like to have a lot more housing because we're losing our young people. We lost 40,000 people since the last census, mostly young people, because the rents are too high and buying a house is almost impossible. So we need to build more housing quickly. Not the little infill stuff, we can do that. But we have to do things like convert. We have plaza owners. Orlando would like to convert part of Heartland to residential, 22 apartment buildings in a nice greenway.
The more skyrise.
Well, they won't. They're mid-rise buildings. They're not huge, and it's runs along Matheson, and the south side of Matheson has single-family houses. So it's a step up a little bit. It's not skyscrapers by any means, but Heartland will have customers there, and the people who live there will have reasonable rents because they've owned that land for such a long time, and they've made lots of money on rent with stores. That we will negotiate with them, inshallah, to make sure that they pass that along to their tenants.
Say, my one question is, like Mrs. Brampton can extend to somewhat, but it is also confined. One side is Georgetown, one side is Caledon, and the other side is Vaughan. But still, we have some land. Whereas Mississauga, on one side is Brampton, the other side is Milton. Do you have that much land where you can build new houses?
We have land. We have 163 acres up Highway 10 where the LRT is going. It's all zoned office. And there was a study out this morning that said there's enough office space in the GTA for the next 30 years. So we have to change that zoning from office and make it mixed use. So that way you can put some mid-rise buildings in there, and you can put some stores, and you can put some shops and some restaurants. And that way, it's the way communities used to be built in the old days. So we have that land, and then we have smart centers want to fill in some of their plaza, half the plaza. And we have, as I mentioned, Orlando at Heartland. So our land is there. It just needs to be converted from the use it was designated.
Our future mayor, Carolyn Parrish, is here, and we are waiting for one more guest. And I remember long time ago when she was in the parliament, she used to come, and then I never forgot her. I never forgot you. We always talk about you. We always mentioned your name when something came that a politician and a person representing community in the parliament, how that person has taken a stand for the community. Arun bhai, now because you have seen that era and you are very close to our that mayor, now
my adopted mother,
grandma. What would you say? Where do you see where you have seen Mississauga in her period, and where do you see Mississauga in future?
I think Mississauga is already the number 6 city in the country. Sixth city of Canada is Mississauga. If we can get a good mayor, a best mayor,
a strong person knowing inside out,
mayor, and an honest mayor, and actually a dedicated mayor, like Hazel was very dedicated. But please don't forget Bonnie Crombie.
Let me tell you, Arun bhai, I would say that these are your terms, but I would say nobody could beat Hazel McCallion.
No, you can't.
Nobody.
Don't even think of it.
And now our eyes are, and we are looking forward to see Carolyn Parrish as
we are looking for a strong person. And I think there's about 20 candidates.
Yes.
And out of 20 candidates, Mrs. Parrish is the best strong candidate. That's why I'm here with her, because she has a long list of experiences. She has gone through all the jobs, from the federal parliament, from the school board, federal parliament, as a councillor, and since she's been a councillor for a while, she knows the problems of the
inside
city.
out. Inside out.
Like from the ground to the top.
Yeah, she's one of those at this time who has seen who really come from the bottom to the top.
What changes would you like to see in Mississauga right now?
I would like to do something for the arts community. I would like to actually build a real art gallery. And you can do it with developers. We give them permission to build another building in downtown. You ask them to put an art gallery in. I would like to renovate the LAC. It's very old, the Living Arts Center, very old. And a lot of it's not used well, so that needs to be renovated. And again, you use the money, you get grants from the other levels of government, and you also get sponsors to come in and do that. I built in Malton a youth hub. And it was $12.7 million to convert an old unused swimming pool. Do you know we actually have had in that building 50,000 visits since it opened in October, and it's an incredible place for the youth to go. And I've also been told since they go there every day, our crime rate has gone way down in Malton. Our crime rate's gone down in Malton. We also have 200 a day unfortunate kids who have no breakfast, no lunch. So we have a big teaching kitchen, and we have the senior students cooking for the other students. So I think we need at least 4 hubs in Mississauga in the areas that need them, and that keeps the kids from going into troubles and getting into trouble.
Thank you very much. This is Mayor. This is Carolyn Parrish, inshallah. She will be the mayor. My question to you is the life, when I look at, she's very smart, our mayor, Mississauga mayor, our Toronto mayor, Olivia Chow. But although she is from NDP, but once she had to shake hand with Doug Ford, she got so much for Torontonians. So what do you think, how can you involve and engage a province to support Mississauga?
Well, I am non-affiliated. The last 18 months I was an MP, I sat as an independent. And I don't wear any flag. I don't belong to any party. I get along extremely well with Mr. Ford. But the most important thing is I get along well with Patrick Brown and with Annette Groves, and the 3 of us going to Queen's Park together with our arms joined, saying Peel needs this and Peel needs that, I think is going to make a big difference.
I respect, and I would not hesitate by mentioning that Brampton is lucky enough to have Mayor Patrick Brown, and I support him from bottom of my heart. What a wonderful person he is. Now, when we talk about you did mention, and it's very sad and it's very pathetic once we came to this is one of the finest country in the world. When we read this news, there are a lot more people counting on the food banks. There are students who go to the schools without having breakfast. And I just mentioned about our mayor in Mississauga. The life is very difficult once you become the mayor, and to look after certain responsibility and things to be taken care in Mississauga. What do you think? People should expect to raise in the taxes?
I think people should expect the taxes to be at the cost of living or less. And what I like to do is set up budget meetings 4 times a year and get input from the citizens 4 times a year, not at the end of the year when the budget is already set. I think we have to have quarterly meetings. We have, for example, people that have, they want the snow cleared from the end of their driveway.
Yeah.
You get your driveway shoveled, and then you get ice at the bottom of the driveway when the plow goes by. We have to find out how much that's going to be.
Wow.
And then we have to balance it with something we're giving up. Also, I'll be on the police services board, and we have to sit there every Friday and ask them, if you want more mental health and police systems, which they've got 3 now, they need 8 for Brampton and Mississauga. What else are you willing to give up? So we're going to try to balance those budgets and keep the taxes at cost of living or less.
Wonderful. This is something, and I believe you can tell this to our mayor Patrick Brown as well. वो जो बर्फ का ढेर लग जाता है ना, और पहाड़ को हटाना बड़ा मुश्किल होता है. It's more difficult once we
for the icing.
that is icy mountain. So it's a
Ask
great.
me, I do it all the time.
It's tough. It's like it's called a windrow, and
Yeah.
it implies that the wind blew it there, but the plows blow it there.
Exactly.
And it now the
We
plows.
should call him Plowdrow.
Yes, but the plows now have the equipment on them to do it. It's a little bit more expensive. It used to be; it would have been a lot more expensive. So I'm going to really push for it this year.
Inshallah, we look forward to see you as our new mayor. Inshallah. Anything else what you would like to add? G,
Can I ask her a question? I know I'm.
please.
I'm not the host, but I'm.
No,
guest as
you
much
are
as it
everything.
is.
You're my brother.
Madam, we are having a lot of problems with break-ins, and we are having a lot of problems with car thefts. Now, I do sit with the chief of Peel in several committees, and we do discuss, but there's no solution to it. And I'm so scared. Just to let you know, 4 of my neighboring home on my same street, same line, not a street, same.
You better thank God your car is not stolen.
No,
Ask us.
No, I'm scared because 4 of the homes have been broken.
Okay, ask
Broken
us.
in the daytime, 8 o'clock, between 8 and 9:30 in the evening, and I'm scared. Honest to God, I lived
So
all
what
my
would
life.
you say, Mayor?
I called the best country on earth, but I don't know what's happening.
One of the problems is that we have 2 ports shipping cargo. Neither of those ports have what they call scanners. In the United States, they get a tenth of our car thefts because they have scanners on every port. When a cargo goes through, you can see what's inside. And if there's a pile of cars in there, they pull it out, they check the paperwork. If you don't do that, you have ready markets over in Europe and in the Middle East and
Everywhere.
in Africa.
This is what we told to the remember the chief of police when he came here. We
Harun Bhai's friend.
yeah
Yeah,
we,
my
we,
good
we
friend.
said
No, but he's a very good police chief.
No, but you know what? The suggestion was beautiful. He said, "Don't buy another car because they have marked your home."
Okay.
No, he's a wonderful man.
he's a
No, he
wonderful-
is.
he's a
Uh,
wonderful-
he-
But
he is
what
a one.
I think, Madam Mayor, I think the police budget have to go up. I know we can't increase the budgets. We have so much thing. But if we need security, we need real thing. And life is bad. We're getting all kinds of bad people in the country, whatever. But the budget of the police should go up.
What we need to do is evaluate.
I have another answer.
We have to evaluate the number of people versus the number of police officers in all the large cities across the country.
Same is for the hospitals.
Correct. And if the proportions are wrong, then we hire more police officers. But there are other ways of doing it. Instead of sending out 2 police officers in a cruiser to investigate a break-in that happened a day ago, you can send out young people that have graduated from the right courses in Humber College and university, and they go out in plain clothes. They're not weighted down with $4,000 worth of equipment. They drive a little car, and they sit down with people, and they get all the details of the break-in. So he's already implementing that. He listens. My dad was a policeman in Toronto for 37 years. I said, "You're talking to a police brat, and there's ways of doing this." And he agrees. He's always...
and at the same time when people get injured on whatever reason, whether it's robbery or whatever, and the police people, maybe 1, 2, 3, they followed them to the hospital for 6 or 8 hours. They are there. So suggestion was that you have one person there.
No, you can have auxiliary officers.
Yes.
It's mostly the paramedics that get stuck in the hospital. If somebody's injured and there's no criminal activity involved, then it's the paramedics that are stuck there until they hand them over, triage them. The police are only there if there's been a criminal activity associated with the injury. The police don't normally stay there. But the whole system is constantly being reviewed, and
Yes.
it's constantly being improved, and with input from the paramedics, from the hospital, and from the police.
Thank you very much, Carolyn Parrish, हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं, and please look at her record. Had been at different positions, and I think that Mississauga will be lucky enough to have her as a mayor. You just mentioned about to have more scanners. I have that interview on record around 2 years ago. There was an officer coming here, Officer Sohail Khwaja, And he said, I have a simple solution to stop or to control the car theft. He's a police officer, and he said the solution is to put more scanners. That is 1,500 to 2,000 cost, and you can stop this thing. But sometimes people don't listen to these things, but I'm happy that ultimately they are putting more scanners. I like one of the suggestion what our Premier Doug Ford gave, that leaving these young people who are indulged or who are brought into this theft because they think under the Juvenile Act this crime is not going to stay with them forever. And he says there is a zero tolerance, but just revoking their license will not be enough to stop this theft. There must be some other punishment.
But if you say to 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds that if you're caught a third time stealing a car, you never get a driver's license your whole life. Kids love cars, and I think what he's done is a good step. To change Bail Act, to change the punishments, all those things, that's all federal. And Doug Ford can't do those. Those are done by the federal government. So he's doing the best he can do. And I think the responsibility is with the federal government to toughen up the bail laws, toughen up the sentences. Because they treat car theft as though you stole a bicycle from your house. They treat it as petty theft. And it needs to be treated as much larger theft and a heavier penalty.
Great, but your vision is, of course, definitely vast. You have a vast vision, but my question and my concern is life is changing these days. They can count on the Uber because these students, they need money, and a smaller amount takes them towards this bad act. I have a wonderful guy, Harun Bhai. So first of all, Harun Bhai, thank you very much. You came in time, and I thank Janab Mohtarma Carolyn Parrish that she came. But I have a wonderful person, that is Janab Gilani Saab. मेरे लिए you are very बड़ी respected position पे आप हैं. 770 पे साज़ आवाज़ where I am today. Those who contributed in the beginning, हालांकि that was a minor contribution, but that means a lot. That means a lot. And I remember Fabric Town, Fabric House. I used to advertise Fabric House, and Carolyn Parrish साहिबा बड़ी दफ़ा हमारे स्टूडियो में तशरीफ़ लाई, and जनाब गिलानी साहब ले आया करते थे और हमारे ऑफिस में बैठ के इसकी बातचीत हुआ करती होती थी. गिला साहब, थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर ब्रिंगिंग इन. आप क्या फरमाएंगे? आपने इनको बहुत करीब से देखा हुआ है जब ये मेंबर पार्लियामेंट थी, बड़ी अच्छी पोजीशन होल्ड की, और एक दफ़ा नहीं 20 बार, और जब से वो इंतहाई जवानी में थी तब से she has been serving people. She is definitely serving people. What would you say? You have seen her very closely.
Yes, actually, thank you so much for inviting me to join this wonderful conversation today. And I'm honored to see both of you people here again. And I think we did have many times before these meetings and these kind of things, but I think you are the most experienced in every level of government, with every aspect of life. I know her, even her family, her mother, her husband, even the children and the grandchildren. Like, it's a beautiful, wonderful family. You can even, give example. And we had such a wonderful friendship.
मुझे सिर्फ इतना बता दीजिएगा कि आपने कैरोलिन पैरिश को देखा, और मेरा ख्याल है, do you mind if you can speak Urdu? You should start learning Urdu as well. Okay, you should start learning. आपने इनको बहुत करीब से देखा. मुझे ये बताइएगा कि जब किसी का मसला होता था, किसी आम आदमी का, इनकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में, तो वो उसको ओन करती हैं प्रॉब्लम्स को, लोगों की प्रॉब्लम को रिजॉल्व करने में आपने कैसा पाया?
बहुत ही अच्छा. और देखिए, इसका मैंने क्या कहना है, जब आपको लोग दोबारा इलेक्ट करते हैं ना, फिर उसके बाद फिर दोबारा करते हैं, that must be, if you get elected again and again, that means you are doing something very right. And if you look at Carolyn, I mean, look at her career, It's
So actions speak louder than words.
She is a brave woman. She is outstanding. She speaks truth. She is, a lot of politicians, I'm very sorry to say, that they say something and they act differently.
Yeah.
And another thing, there are also some other candidates who belong to even my own community. And they are just there to show up there. That's all.
Just to have it. No, but she has delivered. She has delivered. Even for while she was very young, she's been there.
Yes.
What would you do? How do you see Mississauga? You are always there in Mississauga.
I've been there 50 years.
She is Mississauga.
The city's 50 years old, and I've been there 50 years. But I want to say something about Mr. Galeni. You keep talking about my successes as a federal politician. We had a reorganization when Paul Martin came in, and we had some very difficult nomination meetings because everybody thought, well, the Liberals are going to win again. So there were hard-fought battles, and I had to fight against another incumbent because they broke up the ridings. And without Mr. Galeni and his team, I would not have won that nomination, and I wouldn't be here today. So I am thrilled to see
that was
him.
very kind of you, but I'm telling you, maybe on the front face I was there, but believe me, like my sister here,
these are your deeds.
Her word meant so much to the people. Whenever, we were on here,
in the nutshell, I would say, Mississauga, you will be lucky enough. You will be lucky enough to have her mayor. And I request everybody, vote is your right. Vote is your duty. Do due diligence kijiyega. Look at her career. Look at her past. What she has done. Just see. Do not bring people that they want to have that position. Bring somebody who lives and die for a cause, and that is Carolyn Parrish. Thank you very much for being with us.
And I would like to also point out to your audience that I have actually traveled in Pakistan.
Yes.
That was a very enlightening trip, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. And I crossed at the Wagah border. The ceremony there was incredible. So it's a very colorful community, and I'm very proud to serve it.
Did you go to Gilani Saab's?
We were together.
Yes.
Even we took her to Pakpatan. And we were in a very small village. One of our friend, he owned that whole village. So he hosted a lunch for her. And she was right on that, that tandoor. And the girls were putting the rotis in there. And the food was cooked. And even in the fields, there were women, they were working. And she met them.
I wish we would have those pictures to hum post kare.
She has all of them.
I will do this program for you. Once you visited Pakistan, you visited India as well.
No, I was only in India for one day.
Yeah.
But you will go now. Now you are a mayor. You will be representing
I hope so.
every community. And of course, I love all my audience. I love everybody because as Canadian, I have taken my oath that we are all Canadians and we all love each other. I don't want any discrimination, and I wish those who create some kind of discrimination or to segregate us, I wish they should love the way this country is. I thank you very kindly for being with us. Arun bhai, thank you very
Always
much.
welcome.
And अब आप दोनों भाई यहाँ बैठे हुए हो, मैं दोनों भाइयों को कहती हूँ, once I know she will be the mayor and she will be more busy, but don't forget 770.
No, never.
I love Doug Ford's one thing is that, and I even today I remember, it has nothing to do with this interview, I'll put a wall here. मुझे Rob Ford भी, the man was honest, and the honest people sometimes they pay the price. Doug Ford, Rob Ford, कनाडा के लिए बेहतर है. बहुत सारी चीज़ें मुझे अपने लिए अच्छी न लगती हूँ, शायद कि मेरे पे सख्ती हो रही है, बट दैट इज़ गुड फॉर दिस कंट्री, दिस इज़ गुड फॉर दिस एनवायरनमेंट. एंड उनकी एक बात थी कि वो रेडियो प्रोग्राम्स पे जाके दे यूज्ड टू कम्युनिकेट, दे यूज्ड टू लिसन, एंड आई विश यू विल अरेंज मोर टाउन हॉल मीटिंग्स so that you can bring in people. I love Patrick Brown. He does the same. He does town hall meetings where he listens to the people, and
And he's always available for us.
he's always available.
Doesn't
He's
matter.
always, you can talk to him, you can ask him, and I wish that gap should not be there. So you should have more meeting with the people so that they should not hesitate. And I know that is the person Carolyn is.
And you do recall I said I'm going to have 4 budget meetings a year, not one. We're going to meet on a regular basis over the year
With the people.
To see
Wow.
what their priorities are.
So आप देखिएगा कि आपको इन्वॉल्व करके हमारी और आपकी ज़िंदगियों के फैसले करने के लिए वी नीड दैट काइंड ऑफ लीडरशिप.
But one thing I would like to add in there.
अब इसके एक्स्ट्रा पैसे
do,
होंगे.
do not forget that she is
Gem of
friend of our community also.
she is gem of a
She
person.
is fair person with everyone, but she feels like one of us, and we are proud of that.
We are definitely
She
proud of
approved
Carolyn.
it.
मैं आप लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ, वोट डालने ज़रूर जाइएगा. And I know on Saturday there are people, they say when I said same thing in front of them, वो जो हमारे डॉक्टर साहब है ना,
जी, जी.
डॉक्टर इतरत,
Yes.
I was telling him and he said, Afapa, our cars are available, our families are available. If
Yes.
somebody needs to go out to get vote,
Oh, we need that day.
we
Yeah.
have so many volunteers.
Yes.
We will do that, and we will dedicate that day for.
But she knows how our community does.
Yes.
When her election, we had 110 cars along with the volunteers on that day in the
Yes.
morning.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I'm just waiting for that day when Karen comes here
Inshallah.
and give the interview in Urdu.
Well, she has few words she knows, inshallah, and all those things.
बहुत शुक्रिया. Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you
I
so
just want everybody, तमाम लोगों से आप वोट डालने ज़रूर जाइएगा. You know what? हम अपने rights की बात करते हैं, but our duties. It is our
Responsibility.
duty. It is our responsibility. We want cities in our way. We need to vote. We want to vote. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much for having me and my 2 good friends.
Thank you. Arun bhai, I love you. You are always good. गिलानी साहब, एक्चुअली अरुण भाई मैं बताती हूँ, आपसे मेरी दोस्ती है. गिलानी साहब का साथ रिश्ता कुछ और है. ये बहुत बड़े आदमी हैं. आपने
so
शायद
kind.
आपको नहीं पता. माशाल्लाह.
She is very kind.
माशाल्लाह.
ये बड़ी मतलब मैं
नहीं, माशाल्लाह,
आप छोटे.
माशाल्लाह,
मैं बहुत
माशाल्लाह, माशाल्लाह, माशाल्लाह. नहीं नहीं, आपकी तो सारी.
And honored Bhabhi, let me just tell you, and I tell everybody, I do all these crazy things in the community, fundraiser, food raiser.
For the sake of community.
And you are there. Without you, believe
It's
me, I'm
impossible.
planning another recruitment in September. And without you, honest to God, I am nobody.
No.
When I do these things, like these things, I need the support of Sazu Awaz, and I need the support of all
Always
these
there.
people.
I-
Babi, you. Without you, I'm nobody. I can't even imagine doing this recruitment in 24, 25 agencies, military, navy, army. Without Arifa Babi, you, we cannot do that.
Thank you.
I can't even think about it.
बहुत शुक्रिया.
So you are always there to support me,
Don't
and
worry.
I hope you will continue doing that.
इंशाल्लाह.
Don't worry.
मेरी सांस में
Yeah.
जब तक सांस है,
Yeah.
always there.
We are always there. Next week you're going to get the invoice. Okay?
Exactly. I
Invoice
love
in
you
advance.
all. I request everybody. It's duty. We are obligated
The
for
most
few
important
things.
thing.
It's the most
Go and
important.
vote.
You must go out for vote. And honestly, इसमें कोई मेरा लालच तो इन्वॉल्व
नहीं,
नहीं
कुछ
है,
नहीं.
मगर I just want some good people
Nothing at all.
who represent us.
And before the election, we'll invite you again. You can come back here and we'll talk to you.
Stay tuned. We'll come back.